Influential, prominent, profound German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth," meaning all things of all timelines and ages and periods actually have always been subject to some interpretation, explanation, or analysis of some kind that is primarily ruled and controlled by the sources of power and manipulation and not by truth, wisdom, or morality. And that means every explanation and interpretation that has been offered to us by the education and by the government actually has been a lie and a fraud in one way or another, because everything has been nerfed. The truth of all things has been taken away, and truth itself has been destroyed and murdered by the modern world for the establishment of corruption, criminality, disguise, discrimination, and partiality in the world, so that the good people can be discriminated and the bad ones can be promoted to the next level of a creation of evil and corruption. And that means all things of all kinds have always been subject to interpretation, and that means there is no absolute in the world, there is no eternal fact or metaphysical reality either, because everything can be interpreted, explained, and analyzed on the basis of education, intelligence, logic, reason, rationality, experience, etc. Everything has an interpretation and an explanation of some kind related to education or forest or animals. Everything basically has something that we either know or that we just don't have an idea about. But all these interpretations have been corrupt, and they just cannot be trusted, because interpretations are directly connected with the sources of power, influence, and wealth, and those that control the media control the people in one way or another. Those that control power, means, and modes of production, wealth, exert tremendous influence not only over ourselves, our lives, careers, professions, or our actions or decisions, but also over the whole government, politicians, bureaucrats, etc. And that means those people who actually have power, influence, and production in their hands will be able to control all kinds of people in society from top to bottom. And we are basically helpless against this as a cruel and diabolical system, because it's worse than capitalism itself. So the people, the powerful, wealthy, and influential people